RRHOC Tamra judge admits fans hate her. Season 18's bad guy. RRHOC star Tamra Judge admits that the fans hate her, and it's because she is the bad guy of Season 18. It has not been easy for the mother of four since her friendship fell apart with Shannon Beater. So what more does she have to say about her reputation this season? Keep reading for more details. RRHOC Tamra Judge admits fans hate her. Season 18's bad guy. Tamra Judge returned to RRHOC in Season 17 after being fired, and there were a lot of mixed reactions. Some fans were thrilled to have her back, while others were not happy to have a pot stirrer return. She came in not friendly with Shannon Beater, but they quickly made amends. Yet between Seasons 17 and 18, Tamra fell out with Shannon and Vicki Gunvalson. Shannon had gotten into a DUI hit and run, which made Tamra reconsider their Tres Amigas show. She also had some scheduling issues, and that caused Vicki to seemingly lash out, calling Tamra a traitor. Additionally, Shannon's ex, John Jansen, began dating show alum Alexis Bellino. Shortly before that happened, Tamra and Alexis reconciled, and then Alexis was brought back to RRHOC. This was also really hard for Shannon. Since Season 18 began, Tamra and Shannon can't get along and viewers are really struggling. They cannot find any redeemable qualities in Tamra, and she knows this. According to people, Tamra is not immune to what people think about her right now. It is not without reason, as she realizes viewers feel she is being too hard on Shannon. However, Tamra explains that there is a method to her madness. Tamra noted how she felt it was in poor taste to do their improv show right after Shannon's arrest. It was heavily based in alcohol, and she alleged she caught Shannon sneaking cocktails backstage right after the incident. So it seems a lack of accountability has caused the downfall of their friendship as well. Yet there was so much more over the years that ultimately put the nail in the coffin of this long-standing friendship. More to the story. Heather Dubrow brought Shannon Beater to RRHOC in Season 9 when she went to tour her home. However, Tamra Judge loved Shannon and how much fun she was. Plus, she was the first housewife that Vicki Gunvalson liked right off the bat. Yet Tamra notes there is so much more to the downfall of her friendship with Shannon. A lot had to do with her being completely unhinged. Per Tamra, she put up with a lot as a friend, but Shannon needed to take care of herself, which she allegedly did not. She also claims she knew Shannon had a drinking problem, but never said anything. However, Tamra takes responsibility for not taking that up with Shannon earlier. Unfortunately, she feared if she did that, Shannon would be done with her, and she did not want that. Tamra Judge stood before the cameras with a confidence only she could muster. The bright lights of the Real Housewives of Orange County reunion set casting a polished glow over her perfectly contoured features. Yet beneath the practiced smile and sharp-toned wit, Tamra knew this season had been different, and not necessarily in a good way. "Look, I'm not blind," she said, her voice carrying the familiar blend of unapologetic sass and underlying vulnerability that had made her a staple on RRHOC for years. "I've read the comments. I know fans are pissed at me. They think I'm the bad guy this season. Honestly, I'm fine with that." She took a sip from her sparkling water, a rare moment of calm before Andy Cohen's grilling began. The reunion's theme this year seemed to revolve around accountability, a word that had been thrown around liberally during the season, though rarely practiced. Tamra's name had come up in nearly every explosive argument, accusation, and alliance shift, making her the undeniable center of the chaos. Back in Orange County, Season 18 had kicked off with a bang. Tamra's return to the franchise after a brief hiatus was supposed to mark a triumphant homecoming. Instead, it quickly turned into a battlefield. She'd entered the season with guns blazing, aiming at everyone from longtime frenemies Shannon Beador and Heather Dubrow to newer castmates like Jennifer Pedranti. Her infamous ability to stir the pot had gone from entertaining to downright incendiary. One of the season's biggest storylines revolved around Jennifer and her unconventional relationship with her boyfriend, Ryan. Tamra had taken it upon herself to become the self-appointed investigator of their love life, unearthing rumors and whispering doubts into the ears of anyone who would listen. Fans, and even some of her fellow housewives, began to wonder if Tamra's crusade was less about genuine concern and more about staying relevant. "I don't regret questioning Jen about Ryan," Tamra said during one particularly heated episode. "If you're gonna put your life out there, don't be surprised when people start asking questions." But as the weeks went on, it became clear that her relentless prodding was alienating more people than it was winning over. "Tamra's a bully," Jennifer tearfully confessed in a confessional. She says she's being honest, but there's a difference between honesty and cruelty. Even Shannon, who had once been Tamra's closest ally, found herself in the crosshairs. Their fraught friendship had been a roller coaster for years, but this season it seemed to hit an all-time low. Tamra's biting comments about Shannon's drinking habits and relationship choices struck a nerve, leading to one of the most explosive confrontations in RHOC history. The once iconic duo's bond seemed irreparable. Heather Dubrow, the self-proclaimed voice of reason, wasn't spared either. Tamra accused Heather of being fake and calculated, turning every cast trip into an opportunity to poke holes in Heather's seemingly perfect life. Heather, in turn, labeled Tamra toxic and manipulative, a sentiment echoed by many viewers. As the drama unfolded on screen, fan reactions poured in on social media. "Tamra is exhausting," one tweet read. "She's not stirring the pot anymore. She's breaking the pot and throwing the pieces at everyone." Another simply said, "Send her back on pause. We've had enough." For Tamra, the backlash was nothing new. She'd been a polarizing figure since her first season, and being labeled the bad guy was almost a rite of passage in the Housewives universe. But this time, it felt different. The vitriol was sharper, the support quieter. "I'll admit I went hard this season," Tamra confessed during the reunion. "But that's who I am. I'm not gonna sit there and play nice if I see something shady going on. Maybe I crossed the line a few times, but at least I'm real. I'm not gonna apologize for being myself." Andy raised an eyebrow, his signature neutral expression barely masking his intrigue. "But do you think there's a difference between being real and being mean-spirited?" he asked. Tamra's smile faltered for a moment before she composed herself. "I think sometimes my delivery could use some work," she admitted. "But let's be honest. If I didn't say what I said, we wouldn't have a show. People tune in for the drama, and I bring it. Love me or hate me, you're still talking about me." The reunion's audience, both in the studio and at home, was divided. Some admired her willingness to own up to her behavior, while others saw it as yet another deflection. Regardless, Tamra's role as Season 18's antagonist was undeniable. As the night wore on, more clips of Tamra's season-long reign of terror played on the screen, each more inflammatory than the last. From calling Emily Simpson a hypocrite to accusing Gina Kirschenheiter of riding coattails, Tamra had left no stone unturned in her quest to dominate the narrative. Yet as the footage rolled, glimpses of vulnerability began to surface, moments where her bravado cracked and the pain of lost friendships and public scrutiny shone through. By the end of the reunion, Tamra's voice wavered as she addressed her castmates. "I know I've hurt people this season," she said, tears threatening to spill, but never quite falling. "And I know I've been hurt too. But at the end of the day, we're all here because we're imperfect. We make mistakes. We're messy. And that's what makes us human. So hate me if you want, but just remember, I'm putting it all out there, flaws and all. The room was silent for a moment before Andy's voice broke the tension. Well, if nothing else, you've certainly kept us entertained. As the credits rolled on season 18, one thing was clear. Tamra Judge might be the bad guy, but she was also the beating heart of RHOC. And love her or hate her, she wasn't going anywhere.